been for so long. Now you're waking, and you're still waiting for the sun to come along.
Well guys, the day has finally come. It's time to move aboard Rhapsody. In this episode, we get hit with some more adverse weather, we start to move aboard Rhapsody, and we make the news with an interview with Evan Hung from WQOW Channel 18.
Your dreams are your reality. Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Tell me, what do you have to lose? Are you living the life you choose? There's a place we can live like kings. Let's see what tomorrow.
It's 9:30 right now. It's so dark. We're getting freezing rain. Look at that. "9:30 in the morning." Now it is. This is no fun at all. Yeah, it's glare ice, it's freezing rain. What else can the weather throw our way? We've had high winds, freezing cold, 8 inches of snow, now an ice storm. We need to run into town and grab a couple little things for the boat and a few food items. We're real close to having all our preparations done, so I'm just gonna head into town and grab a few things. We just got a few last minute provisions from Aldi. Now we're at Menards. We need to grab a couple parts for the boat and a couple tools. So one of the things we have to do is put together a toolbox to have some tools on the boat in case we break down or need something that requires a tool. We're getting some snow today, and we're moving on to Rhapsody today. We've got a lot of stuff to haul down today. Probably going to take a few trips. So we've kind of dedicated the entire day to moving on and just tidying up a couple small things that we need to finish up. Exciting though. Move on today and hit the river tomorrow. We've got quite a few piles here that we need to load up into the car. So we're gonna get the cars packed up and make our first trip down to the marina. Cars are packed up and we're on our way down to the marina to start moving aboard Rhapsody. I never thought this was going to happen. It is the lake out there that you can barely see. It's snowing right now, so it's a bit of a whiteout out there. Just got to Pepin. Just gonna head down to the marina now, and Sam is right behind me. We have an interview with WQOW today at 11 o'clock, just in about an hour. So we'll get a little bit done on Rhapsody. And then we'll meet the reporter up at the coffee shop and do an interview. So that'll be kind of fun. Still snowing, a little bit of rain mixed with snow. So yeah, it's not going to be totally comfortable, but it's not going to be horrible either today. Got a little snow on her, not too much.
It just doesn't feel awful down here.
With the temperature, we're gonna move Rhapsody closer to the parking lot so we don't have to walk and carry everything to here. We can just carry everything there. So we're starting to pack up Rhapsody. We have a little space heater running right now on the boat to warm it up so we can finish doing a little cleaning and stuff. I'm waiting for Evan from WQOW. He's coming down today to do an interview with us.
The chilly October breeze would steer the average person away from the water. But for Alex De La Peña and Sam Akers, it's the perfect time to set sail. On Saturday, the two will close their coffee shop for the season, walk out the doors, and climb aboard their boat for a trip like no other.
And we'll take the upper Mississippi, so 767 miles from here to the Ohio River.
Alex bought his first sailboat on a whim, named Rhapsody.
Living room area. This is the galley. We got a little 2-burner alcohol stove that we'll be cooking on. Have a little mini refrigerator.
One thing Rhapsody is missing the most is heat.
We don't have a heater on board. Yeah, so we're going to be primarily relying on blankets.
But although their dream may be a tough excursion, Alex and Sam want to use their story to inspire everyone to follow their dreams.
You know, it started as his dream, but I'm happy to jump on board and, you know, be first mate on that.
You got to make the choice to chase that dream and follow it, and you'll make it happen.
When I heard about this, we got a tip from somebody named Kate, and our news director was like, "Who wants to tackle this?" I was like, "Of course, this sounds awesome." So
No, I'm really fascinated by the nomadic lifestyle, and doing it on water is a whole different approach that I haven't experienced before.
My mom has been stockpiling for the last year and a half. She's bringing down a truckload of food.
that's awesome. Is that not a concern for you, or because I mean, this is a pretty crazy thing, you know, especially when you get down maybe to, I don't know how sailing works a ton, but like when you get into the ocean, the Gulf of Mexico.
You look for weather windows. You don't just, you know, you don't let a deadline make a decision for you when it comes to the safety. You know, you adjust your path if needed.
Right.
We've got, you know, ideas of escape routes, like, you know, if we need to pause the trip, you know, we can. There are marinas along the way that we can just tie up Rhapsody and say, okay, we'll continue this when things are better.
This isn't a journey without risk, financially and otherwise. We've never done anything or have experienced anything like we are going to after tomorrow.
So what's going to happen to the boat once you get down there? Are you going to try to bring it back up here, or how are you doing that? Now that you're only a day away, or about 24 hours now, I think it's probably about noon. Yeah. I guess you're this close. How does it feel knowing that like you're finally going to be able to embark on this journey, and you know it's right here in front of you, and you're about to take off?
Amazing.
It does feel amazing. Yeah. I guess it hasn't sunk in yet, and I know that once we leave this marina, that's when it's all gonna hit. And I'll probably cry like a little baby. And all that.
I'll send you pictures.
You know, we're gonna chase the dream. Chase the dream. We're gonna make it happen, and see where it goes. Unloaded Rhapsody and basically gutted her out, and we put everything in the shop here. We staged everything in the shop. So we're gonna spend the next couple hours sifting through all this stuff, figuring out what's going to go back on board and what's going to stay here. A lot of stuff to go through. It's cold. It's cold. We're almost done here, and we'll start moving in. Start loading her up. Spare sails. Going in a spot where an anchor locker should be. This will let that go.
Check the silver hose. Make sure it's not compressed.
Oh, we're good. Gotta put the Traveler back together. Working on that. So I was going through all the systems and making sure to make sure everything works properly. Of course, after I got all the spare sails stuffed up in the compartment in front of the V-berth, realized that the front blower wasn't working, the bilge blower wasn't working, so I had to crawl up there and remove it because it was getting power, but it wasn't running, it wasn't working. I think what was going on was there was a piece of debris that got down inside there and was jamming the fan. It wasn't allowing the fan to turn, so it seems to be turning properly now. Unfortunately though, now I have to put it back, and I think that's going to be even more difficult than removing it. My mom said she took off all the labels.
She did?
And wrote on the can what's in there.
Okay.
I have to try to get water on this side.
Should I?
Down in that cubby. I'm just trying to even out the way the boat's already leading that way a little bit. So all the blowers are working. Sam's up at the shop getting another load. After we get everything in here, then we'll reinstall the bench and the backrest here. There's a backrest that goes up and then flips up. It's going on 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening now. So yeah, I don't know how much longer we're gonna go tonight, but we're not leaving until about noon tomorrow. So we'll have a few hours in the morning to get things done as well. So, well, that was a full day. We're calling it quits for today. Sam got a good portion of the provisions organized and starting to fill spaces. And everything's cleaned. Got a few bathroom items in there already.